What's going on, y'all? Today, for you guys, I have a review on this show on Shudder. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching called Chucky. If you don't know, that is Child's Play Chucky. You know what I'm saying? See the Chucky, all that. You know what I'm saying? So it takes the whole, you know what I'm saying, thing, the whole collection from. But I don't know when that movie was made, but this is the first movie, you know what I'm saying? The first movie, you know, and I just watched the first season. I'm gonna go ahead and start reading a little review of my take on it. I'm not gonna talk about the story. This is a non-spoiler, and I don't like spoiling because I don't like going into specifics on how I feel about things. But it's a little bit of a spoiler. I ain't gonna lie too, because I have to get a little bit of detail when it comes to certain things. So, I guess you can say spoilers alert, but this is the problem I have. Okay, so this is the spoilers. Just spoil it right now. All right. I didn't like how, like in the movie, like you didn't know that the character was gay. You know what I'm saying? Until like you really understood he was gay. You know what I'm saying? And that shit kind of like was weird to me. I felt like the character being gay was just like not weird because he was gay, but just weird because he was so young. And they said he was 13, and I felt like that's fucking young to be like, I'm gonna be gay. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was weird. You know what I mean? I felt like that, and I felt like, what's the chances of him being another gay guy he's attracted to, who also likes him and is attracted to him? That's like bullshit. And it's like, you know, that's how like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That was the only part that I didn't really like. What I didn't like, I just didn't like how it was presented. I felt like it was like kind of forced. You know what I mean? A little bit. In the sense of, I feel like the character, I feel like he was written more of like they took they tend to do a heterosexual woman in a story like this, right? A slasher, right? A scream queen, and they gave it to a gay guy, and I feel like they did that too. Same thing in like the Nightmare on Elm Street too. You know what I'm saying? Like they did that kind of shit. They changed shit too, kinda. But in the '80s, the whole gay scene was a little different. It was more about, you know, it was more BDSM. You know what I mean? Leather and straps and all that shit, like mustaches. And so it was a little more, you know, how can I say, you know, more manly and macho. As to, I guess, I don't know, when was this made exactly? Because I was watching this like, I was watching this before I left for Austin. You know, y'all groupies. I watched it before, back in like 2021. So, you know, I don't really know. I think it came out in 2017. I'm not exactly sure, but around that time. But if it did, you know, like 18 then, and now it kind of is now, it's kind of more metrosexual. You know what I mean? It's kind of, not metrosexual. It's kind of metrosexually dude and bro. You get what I'm saying? Like pretty boy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Pretty boy, soft boy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you're like super queer, then it's like femboy ass shit. But you get what I'm trying to say. So that's the kind of vibes I was getting, and it was kind of like, okay, that's cool. You know, after I like kind of settled into him and being gay or whatever the fuck, I felt like that shit was like, whatever. That's like the only part that I didn't like about the movie, and the start of the show, the first season, and I felt like a lot of, no, this is not non-spoilers. This is not non-spoilers, but I felt like, in general, you get what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck didn't like? I don't know. I just felt like, why the fuck did like the writing seem like cheesy as fuck? You get what I'm saying? That's what I don't understand. Like, I didn't like how the fucking writing just seemed really cheesy. For at times, but I guess when you get used to the writing style, you could see that this show was trying to do a little bit more than it really could. I felt like they were trying to wear multiple hats when it comes to certain things. For example, like I just feel like when it comes to like how can I say? Like when it comes to the story, like as a show, just a drama, within that aspect, because it's a horror show, right? See killings and all that shit. So horror is not really just one genre; it's kind of multiple. But watching this, it was like a lot of the drama wasn't that good. It was over dramatized, you know. I feel like the drama was over dramatized. Even though TV shows are kind of like that, I felt like for what it was a little over dramatized. Because I felt like the actors couldn't keep up with it, and the dialogue, the writing, didn't keep up with what was supposed to be going on. And so you looked at it like, really? That's how he responds? Like, this is how, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, so you want to blame the actors, yes, but at the same time, I feel like, why did you even write that in? Because some of the actors, yeah, they suck, but also the lines that they gave them was like really cheesy at times. You're just like, what the fuck? Like, did you really just say that shit? And they dead ass though. Like they really saying that shit like that. Like that's fucking lame. Like, what the fuck? You know? So that's how I'm talking about. Or like there'll be situations or and so for example, like the opening scene, I'm talking about really the opening part. I don't like how they try to like put you in a suspenseful situation and you gotta learn who the fuck is what, and I feel like they should have just had a base, you know what I'm saying? Like a good strong base to start off with. Like there was no like base, there was no introduction. It was kind of just like this the situation you're in and shit, and you have to kind of figure out what's going on. And I understand that working, but that's like already like in filmmaking, that's just already a bad way to go unless you already told them, you know what I'm saying? And so they're looking forward to seeing that shit, you know? And that's why I felt like kind of fucked it up in that opening part of the show. There's a lot of poor writing as usual. So even like, the whole story, they go into like Chucky's past and then like, so it's like they're writing almost two different stories at the same time. Like they did in the show Arrow, how they would show half of the show or the episode, right? Or the series, the season or whatever, right? Half of the season is really just his past life. And you're watching it because you're like, oh shit, like, that's him. He's younger, trying to become him who he is now. And it relates, but like at the same time, like, you know what I'm saying? You didn't really establish anything. So you could tell the writers don't know how to like really create a good story, but they know how to like create an overall seasonal story, Like it's just what's gonna happen overall, So the sequencing in the show is actually really good. I feel like the budget's good at times. At times, sometimes it's really bad. You're like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? But overall, I think Chucky, the first season was really good. I think it was good. I think it's worth a watch, but it's gonna take more than just kind of a watch. I'm gonna take a look at it. It's gonna take a little bit more investment. You're gonna have to want to watch this shit because it's kind of sucks. It kind of sucks if you're like not a Chucky fan. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? Especially if you're not a Chucky fan. Like I don't recommend that it's for people that really are Chucky fans and that have watched every single Chucky movie since the beginning and love those movies. Basically, that's what that shit is, But it's I just like the fact that they went to his past and they kind of bring that up. That was kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. It was which means they executed it well. But it was just like, and also I like the like where the story was going. Like there comes to a part where you're in the first part of it's only 8 episodes. So like the first like 3-4 episodes. First of all, the first 3 episodes you're really like, man, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck. You don't give a shit. And you're just looking at everybody like they're weird as fuck. And that's what makes it weird because it's like they're supposed to be weird. You know what I'm saying? Because they're teenagers and shit. But at the same time, like, you don't fucking really understand, and it never really gets explained on really why they're weird as fuck, though. You know what I'm saying? And so like you just be looking like, okay, and then they just kind of like get over being weird as fuck by moving the fucking story forward. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is like, okay, then why the fuck were they weird as fuck? Did we need that shit? But it's like supposed to like, it's trying to buy enough time, you know, to make 3 episodes full of content. And so that's what you can obviously tell. And that's what I'm saying. It's like the writing is good at times when it comes to like overall. But like when you're watching the first 3 episodes, you're like, what the fuck? By the time the 4th episode comes in, spoiler alert, Andy comes in, the original kid that fucking Chucky was trying to, you know, possess, and he comes in there, and that cameo really like fucking bred up the fucking shit. But like, I don't even know if he's acted in the sense he was a fucking kid, bro. He was like a kid. Like this motherfucker was like what 4 or 5, I think, maybe even like, you know what I'm saying, 3. I don't know. He was a kid, a baby type shit. And this motherfucker now he's a grown man. It's like it's crazy to see that shit, but at the same time, you know. And his like fucking adopted sister's in that bitch too. It was like cool, but at the same time it was like, what the fuck, bro? Like that was like the 80s. This is weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, but like they gave Andy like this, like, I don't even know what I'm looking for. They just gave him like that fucking Luke Skywalker moment. Oh shit! When you see the show, you're gonna laugh because it's like it's kind of like that. A lot of fucking times in the show, you're gonna be. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna be like, "What the fuck was that? Oh hell nah, that's not real blood. Like that's some bullshit." Or you're gonna be like, "Why the fuck would you do that shit?" You're really gonna be like, "Man, what the fuck, bro?" Are you really? But you're gonna be angry at the show. You're gonna be like, "Man, this is stupid as fuck, bro. Hell nah." When Andy came down, I was like happy, but at the same time I was like, "This is some weird ass shit." And he cannot act. I can't lie. He can't act. But he, you know, he has the whole equalizer thing going on, so he's just in that whole like blank face and shit. He's like Terminator mode and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, like a Terminator and shit. She saw Sarah and she was just like, kind of with the guns and shit, start shooting. Like, oh shit, you're not fucking damsel in distress. Like, nah, bitch. What's up? I've been training for some years, nigga. Hey, shit. That's all that shit was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, Andy. Like 40-year-old virgin and shit. Just Andy. Like, I'm coming to you on Saturday. By Sunday, your nut's gonna be drained. Andy, it's a punani. Andy. But anyways, nah, I mean, you know, and so, you know, a lot of the storylines came, and some things, you know, about magic and voodoo, that shit kind of like was like some lame ass writing, like just lazy, super weird writing, not really giving much, you know, just changing the rules of the story itself and the world that it's in. So you're just like, oh yeah, you can fly. Like what? Just making shit up, you know. And so I was kind of like, whatever, bro. But what you like about the show, because I'm on the 2nd season now, and you know I'm on the 1st episode, but what I think I like about the show the most so far right now, what's keeping me watching it, is really the drama and what's gonna happen to these fucking kids. You know what I mean? Like, what is Chucky gonna do now? Like, is he gonna like start? You know, that's what you're really trying to see is what is Chucky gonna do. You know, you're not even really caring about the kids. You really just care about what Chucky's about to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is Chucky about to do to these kids to fuck their life up? You know what I mean? You're not really worried about their fucking life. Like, are they gonna stay together? I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you ain't get invested in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Only because you watching the show and you kind of help. You can't help but fucking be like, okay, so they're together now. Oh, he's gay. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she cheat on who? Like, who's pregnant? You know what I'm saying? Who got diabetes? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just like, okay. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, back to Chucky. Where the fuck Chucky at? I said, he about to fuck up? And so, yeah. But I feel like Chucky is just so fucking reckless as a character. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he's really just reckless as shit. And that kind of helps the lore, I guess, but it makes it really, like I said, once again, unrealistic. And that's the thing about this show, I would say the most. It just seems very unrealistic. The whole show seems unrealistic. And it kind of has that banter because even Chucky like breaks the third wall. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, you know, like he's like Deadpool or some shit now. It's like it's not really, yeah. But a big ups to people in horror. I love that people in horror fucking represent the LGBT community. That's really what's up. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that's nice one.